Hey, what's up? Welcome to this week's review of The Real Housewives of Nairobi, Season 1, Episode 4. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Support a bitch.
Support me, bitch!
Oh my god, I hate that I have to say this, but I have to say it. I was bored this episode. I swear, I enjoyed Real Housewives of Abuja more than I enjoyed this episode of Nairobi. I was really bored. So there are a couple of things that also I feel that made me get so bored about this. It's like it's a build-up. One, there is nothing real about these ladies. Really, there is nothing real about these ladies. The only thing we're seeing with these ladies, they're meeting up, going for lunches, whatever that the name is, the word is, and events. That's it. I am not seeing anything authentic. I am not seeing anything real. To be honest, I am not seeing anything real or authentic. If you have watched the Atlantas, the Potomacs, the OCs, the Salt Lake City, the Beverly Hills, and I'm not saying we compare, but I'm just saying if you have watched those, I know more about those ladies than I know about the ladies in my own country. I don't know who Sonal was married to. I don't know her kids. I don't know how the inside of her house looks. I don't know her dynamic with the kids. I want to see that. It's the 4th episode. Come on. When Sonal wakes up in the morning, what are you doing? Okay, show me your businesses then. Since you're all sorry guys. Since you're all business ladies, show me you at work doing something. Not the one that Susan did the first episode where she brought her assistant. Not that. Show me your businesses. I want to see the day-to-day. Like what you guys do. There's really nothing real. Show me your dynamic with your kids. Most of you are living with your kids, right? Yeah, Susan lives with her kids. Sonal lives with her kids. I don't know about Lisa. See, I don't even know about such things. I don't know about Lisa. Vera, you're living with your kids. Minnie, you're living with your kids. Show me that dynamic. Like, your life cannot be we are meeting for lunch and then there's an event that week and then that's it. Or and then we're shopping and then we're getting gifts while you're shopping, or we're getting invites while you're shopping. No. Show me Minnie's acting career. I want to see her acting career. Ladies, this it's not real for me. I'm not seeing anything real, and I was bored this episode. Anyway, Lisa and Vera meet. So Lisa invited Vera over to her place, and where do they meet? Outside. Where did Lisa and Minnie do the yoga? Outside. Where did Lisa and Dr. Marie talk? Outside. Like, even the ladies were not welcomed inside. Amaninini. You don't want to see the inside of your house. Amaninini. Is it your house? You get what I'm saying? Is it your house? Like, we just want real. Anyway, they sit down and Vera starts talking about her abusive relationship. When Vera started talking, I was like, this is something she's opening up. You all remember that she was with that Nigerian guy. This is something she's going to open up and talk about it. And then Vera says, oh, you know, he used to live in the Burj Khalifa. Yeah, I was living with him. And I was like, you see, Vera, this is the reason why I don't trust anything you say. Nothing you say I trust. Because you always say something and then try and outdo is not the word. And like, okay, simple. I was in an abusive relationship, and then you throw in he used to live in Burj Khalifa. So what does that have to do with anything? You're telling Lisa about something that was traumatic, and then you're bringing up something materialistic. I wouldn't trust you, and that's why I'm seeing people saying like, oh, Vera is different from what she portrays on social media. She's not different. She's the same girl. Because on social media also she portrays she's wealthy, she has all this, her life is perfect. Even in this story trying to say she was in an abusive relationship, she still tries to portray like, but listen, we were living in the Burj Khalifa. Vera is not authentic. Vera is not real. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna continue with whatever she said because, like I said, you just say that so that you can put the hours that we used to live in the Burj Khalifa. You didn't say it to say like I was in an abusive relationship. Lisa talks about her ex-husband. So Lisa says the ex-husband had just separated with his wife, or they were divorced. The wife was in Australia, and the guy had like older kids. The guy had a vasectomy and then was like, okay, I'm gonna reverse the vasectomy, and went to the doctor alone. This is according to Lisa. He went to the doctors alone, did the reversal, and then for a year Lisa was still not getting pregnant. When they went to the hospital, apparently he was shooting blanks and Lisa was like, pack your bags and leave. Lisa just seems like those ladies, which is what I think many white women are like that, to be honest. Like, you're not giving me this, just get out. Like, there are no emotions. Akuna, let's talk about this, let's see how we can deal with it. You can't give me babies, you're firing blanks, out. That's what Lisa gives me. Vera is like, oh, I'm gonna find you a man, a Western guy. And then what's her name? Lisa's like, cool, no problem. Vera says that she has an appointment, so she has to leave. And they're like, cool. Like I said, meeting up, going for lunches, and then going for events. Nothing major. Vera, Brownie, and Asia are going to the hospital. So Vera starts by saying, we're doing a 3D ultrasound. And then she says, whack. When I tell you this girl is whack, this girl is whack. There are very few in Nairobi. I swear. Sometimes I feel sorry for her. Like, who are you trying to front for? Us? Us? People will talk about you today and the next day they'll move on to someone else. Don't front for people. It's like you live for outside validation. Like, are you not happy with how you are, or are you not secure with who you are, that you always have to prove yourself to us? There are very few in Nairobi. Anyway, they're getting the scan done, and then Mozo is there. Mozo is happy, and Vera is like, oh, the doctor was like, listen, there's a fibroid, there's a uterine fibroid, but it's not that big. And Vera is in the confession like, I didn't even know that I have fibroids. They're not painful. Like, Vera, it's okay to be vulnerable, but you can't be that because you want people to think like your life is really perfect. And the time that you want people to not see that your life is not perfect, you lie about it. I'll talk about it later. You lie about it. Brown wants like another girl. I think he has three. He has Asia and he has the other one with the girl Fatima. And then I think I'm not sure if the other baby mama is a boy or a girl. But so far, Brown has two girls. So I don't know why he wants another girl. But anyway, I'm guessing he loves baby girls. So funny, Brown was like, oh, you're getting a lady. I'm like, it's a girl. Was Brown struggling with English? Yes. Is it fine? Yes. Like, English is not our first language. What I was shocked about is like, okay, Vera, your man is speaking in Swahili. Why are you speaking in English? Just speak Swahili. Like, kuku na Kizungu, and he doesn't even want to speak English. He just wants to speak Swahili. Why are you continuing to speak in English? Anyway, they don't want to know the gender because the doc was like, I've seen the gender. They don't want to know the gender. The doc puts it in an envelope. She calls the guy, the chick who's doing the party, the gender reveal party. Apparently, she was just around the corner, the assistant. She comes. Of course, it was scripted. Like I'm saying, it's not real. As Afadali would have shown us you taking the envelope or them something. But that one, hey, say, I told you I was at the hospital today. Can you just come and pick up because I had you around? No, scripted. So scripted. Susan all white luncheon at Mawimbi restaurant. First of all, I understand why Susan was excluding Minnie, because Minnie is a bit extra, and sometimes maybe you just want to have a peaceful lunch with no drama. But I felt bad that they excluded her. Like, I really felt bad that they were excluding her. So of course Lisa arrives first, and Lisa is like, oh, them zungu I am, I'm always early. We get it, Lisa. You come early, we get it. Lisa comes, Susan comes, Sonal comes. They sit down, and even Sonal is like, the reason this lunch was even a thing is because Susan wants to talk about Minnie, which is true. So Susan starts talking about Minnie. So what did you think of your party, Sonal? Please tell us from your angle. Sonal is pissed. So I don't even know why Sonal is pissed. Like, you came from Minnie answered you. What did you expect? I understand what you were saying with Minnie, because even last week I said, if my father-in-law has passed, ain't no way I'm coming to an event. There is no way. And also, Minnie, you didn't come to this event for Sonal. You came to this event for you. Just to be clear. So Sonal is pissed and like, I don't like people disrespecting me or people treating me a certain way. And once you've crossed that line, I'm done with that. Susan said Sonal is a peacemaker, but I think it got to a point like she was like, no, Minnie. So Sonal in her confession, like, Susan is like those husbands that like, this is your friend, this is not your friend. Cut her off. So I think Sonal and Susan have a good relationship, and they understand each other. And I feel like Susan was trying to protect Sonal at the declutter party. I'm seeing Susan get a lot of hate, rightfully so, but not completely. Like I said, Susan doesn't want to be with someone who's constantly bringing drama. She has this for Susan. She has this classy, chilled vibe. She likes people who don't shout. She likes people who don't scream. She likes people who don't dress tacky. That's her vibe. To her, Minnie is the opposite. So I don't know why people are pissed at Susan because she doesn't like Minnie's vibe. Because Minnie also doesn't like Susan vibes. She calls Susan fake. They start eating. I think it was an 8-course meal. Imagine. Or before they start eating, they called Vera. Yo, Vera, where are you? How many minutes? Blah blah blah. Vera said she's coming. It's fine, cool. They start eating. Imagine they finished an 8-course meal. I think it was an 8-course meal. I think they had 7 courses. They were just left with dessert. They finished a whole 7-course meal. This bitch is not here. Vera is not here. I do not care. Pregnancy is not an excuse for you to keep people waiting. It's not. She comes in. She's like, oh, you guys have already eaten. And apparently she loves seafood. Susan is ordering something for her. They sit down and they start talking. Out of nowhere, Vera is asking, Susan, how is your co-parenting with your husband? That is something I actually want to see. How is your co-parenting with your husband, Susan? How are the kids? Let me see that. I know maybe the husband did not sign a contract to be on the show, but then that's another thing for producers. If you're bringing someone onto the show and you want us to see their lives, make sure everyone is a participant, from the ex-husband to the children. Sit them down, let me see. I'll give you an example. In Real Housewives of Dubai, Caroline, the one who was dating the governor, Joho, she had a very weird relationship with her ex, like bad, not even weird, toxic relationship with her ex-husband. But for the show, she made sure that guy was there. They talked about their relationship, and it was very difficult for her because that guy was really toxic, like abusive toxic. They sat down, they talked. Because you are signed into a reality show, we need to see your lives. We need to see your lives. Vera is asking her, so how is your co-parenting since you divorced? And Susan is like, the co-parenting is fine. Like, they have a good dynamic. And even Susan is asking, why are you asking me this? Vera starts crying. Vera starts crying and it's like, why are you crying? Everybody's just like, out of the blues, what the hell is wrong? I'm asking you because my husband has other kids with other women and he can't see his kids. And she said for 2 years. And I was like, the lies.
The lies. There you go. This bitch. I'm telling you. Try.
The lies. Like Susan said, has he gone to court? And Vera was like, I want him to go. But, and then Sonal interfered. I was like, why did you even interfere? I wanted to see the lie that she would say. I really wanted to see the lie that she would say. Is it because, Sonal, is it because you are now married to him? And Vera's like, most likely. Now, Vera, if this baby mama comes out right now and says, or which she has already come out before and said, her name I think is Fatima. This man does not give me nothing for this child. This man doesn't come to see the kids. Because even Vera is saying, he tries to look for them. He even goes to the schools and then they change schools. If you want to see your child go to court for 2 years, you're trying to tell me Brown has, his name is actually Fred. Fred has not gone to court to try and get custody of the kids. The baby mama came out and said, which it was a long time ago, and was like, Brown sends 1,500 a month. 1,500 a month is not even enough for a day in Nairobi right now. Toka tu nje, sawa imeisha. And that's what Brown Mauzo was sending the baby mama. And then Vera, you're here trying to portray these women are like the reason that your husband is not visiting his kids. Come on, Vera. Because if they start talking, and then you'll go with your long paragraphs and your long posts on Instagram. I don't know why you brought it up. There was no reason for you to bring it up. But again, you wanted to seem vulnerable, and that's the only thing you could have brought up. Instead of talking about you and your life. If that girl comes out and says that she was married while you and Brown were messing around, and then what? And then what? If that girl comes out and says that you are the third wife, and then what? You should not have brought it up. You really should not have brought it up. That was wrong of you, Vera. Susan was like, okay, they all consoled her. And then after that, they were like taking pictures. Susan is in a confessional. What did she say? What did Susan say? I like spending the day with classy women who don't wear red pants and red trashy wigs. Susan. Okay. Minnie and Charles at their house. So Minnie and Charles at their house, and their two friends who came to visit them. When I tell you, let me tell you something about Hoodrich. You see one of the friends who came to visit them, the guy, he was wearing a Versace hat and a Versace outfit. Acha nikwambie, ushamba. Hoodrich. Like, you know, I'm gonna be on TV. Let me get a Versace hat and a Versace outfit. Like, ugh. Like, you look so tacky. And this is why Susan thinks you're tacky. Anyway, they sit down and they're talking about the passing of their dad. Minnie stands up. Minnie gets emotional. Stand up, goes to the bedroom, cries, and then later on comes back, and they sit down and they're still talking about it. How they're planning it and all this. So the guy friend is telling Charles, don't worry, anything you need, I'm here. And then Minnie starts talking about what happened at the declutter party. And she's like, there was this girl called Susan who really called me rubbish, called me trash, told me I'm like down here. And everyone is asking, and you, Minnie, you didn't do anything? No, I did not. I think everyone thought, or maybe Minnie fights or something, because they were like, you didn't say anything, you didn't do anything. And like, Minnie, you're forgetting that you did talk, man. You also, like, she wasn't insulting you and you were just sitting, saying nothing. You also are coming back at her. So I think the guys were just like, you didn't say anything. Where? You, Minnie, you didn't do anything. So I feel like maybe Minnie fights, or maybe Minnie is a bit, like, but the thing is, Minnie, you are lying because you also came at her. So Minnie says that the reason she brought the mirrors was because she had that Dr. Maria say wanted her fired. Come to find out, it was a lie. Duh. Because I don't understand. You 1 minute you hate Susan, but the next minute you take what Susan says as the truth. You just want a drama with Dr. Maria. Now imagine if Dr. Maria was there and you brought in these stupid mirrors. She would have looked at you like, what are you talking about? And you would have looked dumb. You would have looked dumber than you were looking last episode. You would have looked dumber than that. Vera's baby shoot. She was waiting for Susan because at the lunch they had talked and Susan was like, can I come with you? And she's like, yeah, sure. So Vera was there with baby Asia, and they're waiting for Susan, and Susan is late. So Vera's like, oh my god, my photographer flew in from Mombasa. His flight is at this time. She's not here. I'm worried. I'm concerned. Why is she keeping me waiting? Now you know how it feels. She's like, I've learned a lot. I'll not be keeping people waiting for me for long and all that. Anyway, Susan ends up arriving. Susan's like, yeah, serves you right. This is how you make us feel. We arrange something at this time, you end up coming 2 hours late or 3 hours late. You're supposed to be here at a certain time. Anyway, Susan comes like, I was supposed to be in this photo shoot, but Susan ends up being like the assistant and trying to style them. They do the photo shoot. Her dress was cute. Asia's dress was cute. We saw the pictures way before on Instagram. It looks nice. Her and Vera start taking photos, and then this was fake. Vera's like, you are the godmother of my child. And even Susan was like, are you just saying this to say this in her confessionals, or why are you saying this? And then Vera is hugging her up saying, this is my best friend, this is my best friend. Again, not authentic at all. Like nothing was authentic. So now they show a montage of Lisa, Minnie, and Susan getting the invitation for the gender reveal. Sonal sent a video that she's not around. She's in London, and no. Lisa calls and she's like, oh, okay, so thank you for inviting me. I'll be there tomorrow. And I'm like, so this invite is a day before? Or maybe I heard wrong, but I was like, this invite is a day before, or what's going on? So it's the day of the gender reveal. It's at Windsor. So Lisa arrives first, and then Susan, and they all sit down. And then the other friends of Vera also were there. So they all sit down and they're talking about Vera. So it's like, who has known Vera the longest? One of the girls was like, I knew her before the video. And Susan was like, is it a Kim K situation? Like, you don't know which video they're talking about. It's her in that song, P Unit. I can't even remember the song. It's a long time ago, right? Damn, I can't remember the song. But yeah, it was the P Unit song, the one that just actually brought her to fame. And then Lisa started talking about Vera, and Lisa's like, I didn't know who Vera was, and I was like, I'm just going to judge you when I see you, and I've started to know her, and I feel like she's one of the realest people, and I'm glad that we're friends. So I don't know what happened while filming, because Lisa today is like, Vera is the fakest of them all. I'm not lying, guys. That's what Lisa said. So they show us so Susan also said, like, she's gotten to know Vera. She feels like Vera is a sweetheart. So they show us Vera is at a room somewhere getting ready. The stylist, I think, was trying to put a bow on her, but they're late. They're running up and down. They just show us her entering the car, getting out of the car, and then running to the field. Running to the field. And so even Susan and Lisa, they can see her running, and they're like, come. So everyone is told to just come where Vera was, in the middle of the field. Come to find out, it's because the helicopter was passing. I think they were called like, yo, we're passing, so come on. So the chopper is flying above them, and they're all guessing: is it a boy? Is it a girl? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? It's a boy. The smoke was blue. It's a boy. Honestly, it was so underwhelming. And that was it. It was so underwhelming. It really was. They all give them a group hug because they're happy they did want a boy. They go sit down and start playing some baby games, of course. While this is going on, guess who comes in? Minnie at 7:30 for a gender reveal. Something I think that was like starting at 1 or 2. She comes in at 7:30. Minnie says the reason she's late is because her stylist was styling V at the same time. So her stylist could not bring her dress over. She goes, says hi, she sits down. She's sitting like opposite Lisa. Lisa is talking to another chick, and Lisa is saying, I do not like when people come late to an event. Like, I've organized something. If the event says 6:30, 6:25 be there so that we can start. Remember, Minnie is hearing all this. She's not saying anything. Minnie is not saying any word. So Minnie in the confession is like, these people really think I'm a bitch, or that I don't want to be here, or I want to be fashionably late. No, that is not Minnie. That is no, that is also you, Minnie. Minnie and Vera have that habit. They have to be fashionably late and have bodyguards. Even when Vera was coming to the field, she had bodyguards, and I'm like, what are these bodyguards for? You are at a nice resort and you are coming with a bodyguard, nice hotel, and you're coming with a bodyguard for what? Who will try and kill you there? You invited your friends. Ama, you don't trust your friends? They finish eating and they go. The four ladies just go sit somewhere they can talk. So they sit down and Susan said, not Susan actually, sorry. Lisa's like, Minnie, you missed everything. Why were you late? Minnie's like, my stylist, blah blah blah. I swear Lisa asked a very valid question. Don't you have other outfits in your wardrobe? This is the only outfit that you have? They don't, Lisa. They don't, because they're doing this for the cameras. They're doing this for the cameras. Like, if this is your guy's lifestyle, you cannot tell me you don't have a brown dress in your, because the theme was different shades of brown. With Vera, I understand how she wants to make an entrance. It's her party. She wants to wear different kind of dresses. You have been invited. You don't have a brown dress in your wardrobe. You tell us you have to buy a dress. Same as the declutter party, you had to buy a dress. I'm telling you, this show is not authentic. This show is not authentic. Susan, Lisa is pissed at Minnie because she comes late. And I'm like, Lisa, even Vera comes late, but I don't see you treating Vera the same. Or are you giving Vera a pass because she's pregnant? And if that's so, then you'll give Minnie a pass because she lost her father-in-law. Like, we gotta treat people the same. We gotta treat people the same. Because Vera also comes late, and I don't see you guys going in on her. Like, even Vera, they're saying, like, you should have respected my feelings and come early. Do you respect people's feelings? No, you don't. How come they should respect yours? And then Minnie is apologizing and I don't understand why this Vera person has to be apologized to every single time. Like, she demands respect, but she doesn't give respect back. I guess that's why Lisa ended up saying that this is the fakest person. Vera is saying the energy is different, and Susan is like, no, it's fine. The energy is fine. Not like last time. The energy is fine. So we just know Susan and Minnie are going to go at it. Susan is like, I don't like people who bring drama. I don't like fake people. Susan's like, I don't bring drama. So I don't know what you're talking about. And she's there rolling her eyes and all that. Vera decides to tell Susan, listen, Susan, Minnie. Every time you're with us, it feels like you're acting. Since you're an actress, it feels like you're acting. It feels like you're not being your real self. Look who's talking. And Minnie is like, this is the realest me. This is the kind of person I am. And then Susan was like, fake. Minnie was like, call me fake one more time. The face that Minnie gave Susan was like, if these cameras were not here, I would have punched you real hard. I swear, that's the face Minnie gave Susan. And then Susan was like, and what will you do? You'll beat me up. And I was really pissed at Susan at that point, because you see, you're antagonizing someone. You really are. You're gaslighting someone. And then if this person hits you, you start saying, see, she's ghetto. See, she's aggressive. But you were like, do you want to beat me? Do you want to beat me? If this person does something, that's what you will say. I am very glad Minnie didn't say anything, didn't do anything to her physically, because that shows that at least Minnie is mature. Because if Minnie had done something, then I would have said, Minnie, you were wrong. Because stupid words like those should not get you riled up. They really shouldn't. Susan was really gaslighting the hell out of Minnie that whole time. I understand. Last episode I understood why Susan was coming from Minnie, but now at some point you have to be like, okay, am I doing this a bit too much? Yes, Susan. Now you're doing it. Like she came, she didn't even have any beef with you like that. But you constantly keep poking at Minnie at this point, and we're still going to see that next episode because I saw next episode that's what's happening. Vera is like, listen, Minnie, we just want you to be open with us. We just want you to talk to us. We just want you to put your guard down when you're with us. How can she? Look at the way Lisa is calling out about being late, but they're not calling you out. Look at Susan, but they're not calling you out. Her and Sonala are beefing, or kind of beefing, but they're not calling Vera out for being late. And I feel like Minnie was only being cordial with Vera at that time, or nice, because she was like, ooh, these are two women who are not okay with me. Now, if I start beefing with Vera right now, there will be 3 women I'm fighting with. Like, nah, I'm gonna look like a problem. So she was like, thank you, Vera, the way you've told me. Because the way Vera was telling her, it wasn't as harsh as the way Susan and Lisa were talking to her. So Vera was not harsh towards her. So it's like, I appreciate that, Vera, you're not the way you're talking to me right now. I appreciate that. And then they walked away. So Vera and Minnie are walking away, and Vera and Minnie was like talking. Minnie's like, thank you for talking to me the way you're talking to me, and I appreciate that. I felt like it was genuine. I don't feel like it's genuine with Susan. That's where the episode ends. Listen, I hope you enjoyed this review. I did the best I could, because really this episode was so boring. It was. This episode was boring. This episode was full of lies. These ladies are really not showing us their real lives. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.